අයිවන් අද දවසේ විසගුරු තවත් අදියරක් ඔබ වෙත බෙලෙස ආරම්භ කරන්න යන සූදානම් වෙන්නේ. මේ වෙනකොට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ සිසුන් වැඩි වශයෙන් චතුරිකා මේ විදේශගත වෙන්න පෙළවීමට ලක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. එහෙම කතා කරනකොට මේ වෙනකොට වැඩිපුරම ඇහෙන නමක් තමයි Upgrad Gsp කියන නාමය. මොකද සිසුන් වැඩි වශයෙන් විවිධ රටවලට අයර්ලන්තයට, නෙදර්ලන්තයට, ඒ වගේම ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවට, කැනඩාවට, UK මේ ආදී වශයෙන් ගොඩක් රටවලට යන්න පෙළඹිලා ඉන්නවා. එහෙම යනකොට අපි අර විශ්වාසය කියන එක ඉතාම වැදගත්නේ. විශ්වාසවන්ත තැනක් වෙන්න ඕනේ සිසුන් රට යන කතන්දරේ හරියට වෙන්න නම්. මොකද ආවට ගියාට කරන්න පුළුවන් වැඩක් නෙමෙයි මේක. මොකද මුදල් වියදක් වෙනවා. මේ මුදලට හරියන්න අපිට අපේ සේවාවක් ලැබෙන්න ඕනේ හරි විදියට. මොකද සල්ලි ටික වතුර යන්න දෙන්න බෑ. ඒහින්ද එහෙම විශ්වාසින් තමන්ට වැඩක් කරගන්න නැත්නම් තමන්ගේ අර විදේශ අධ්‍යාපනය සාර්ථක කරගන්න පුළුවන් තැනක් තමයි Upgrad Gsp කියලා කියන ආයතනය. ඉතින් අද දවසේ අපිට පැමිණෙන ආරාධිතයා කවුද කියලා ඔබ බලනවා ඇති. ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ ඉඳලා තමයි පැමිණියේ. අලි බට් Chief Growth Officer. Welcome to the show. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ අද දවසේදී අපිට කතා බහ කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් අනාගතයේ රට යන බලාපොරොත්තු වෙමින් ඉන්න ඔබට කොහොමද මේ ආයතනයෙන් තමන්ගේ සේවාව සපයා ගන්න කියලා. චතුරිකාට පුළුවන් මේ වැඩේ කරගෙන යන්න. අපි මැදින් සිංහලෙන් මේක පරිවර්තනය කරලා අපේ සිංහලෙන් අරමුණ ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන්ට මේ වැඩේ ඉදිරිපත් කරමු. චතුරිකා ඔයාට අවස්ථාව.
Yes. So බුද්ධි මම මුලින්ම කතා කරන්න මොකද්ද GSP කියන්නේ කියලා. මොකද දැන් මේ edtech platforms කියන මොඩල් එක ඇත්තටම ලංකාවට මේ මෑත කාලේ හරිම පොපියුලර් වෙන මොඩල් එකක්. ඉතින් GSP Upgrad Gsp කියන ආයතනය අපි edtech platforms ගත්තහම aggregators කියලා අපි මේක අපේ industry එකේ අඳුරනවා. ඉතින් ගත්තහම leading position එකක ඉන්න company එක. මොකද මේගොල්ලන්ගේ system එක හරහා දැන් අපි වැඩ කරන ඉන්න අපි දන්නවා හරිම පහසුයි. It's very easy and convenient to work with them. So ඒකත් එක්ක දැන් අපි ඕක කියනවට වැඩිය අපි අලිගෙන්ම අහලා දැනගත්තා නම් හොඳයිනේ ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකක්ද දෙන facilities benefits මොනවාද කියන එක. So let me turn to Ali. Hi Ali. So welcome to VISAGURU. And so we all know now GSP Upgrad is very popular in Sri Lanka. And we know that you represent a lot of destinations in terms of bringing study opportunities to Sri Lankan students. But shall we also explain what kind of support and what kind of facilities that Upgrad Gsp brings to Sri Lankan students plus the agents?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the VISAGURU to invite me and give me a chance to tell what we do, how we do. So GSP Upgrad, we are a tech platform. We call ourselves enablers. Our core model is to empower the businesses. So we deal with directly with a lot of recruitment partners in Sri Lanka. And what we provide them, the facilities you ask for. So we give them multiple destinations. That is something that diversifies us, that we have a very good range of universities in most of the English-speaking countries like Australia, Canada, UK, Ireland, and New Zealand. From inquiry to the student's commencement, like, from application, the processing time, visa lodgement, we provide all the support to the recruitment partners. We do not deal directly with students, but we deal with the students when we are working with our partners. Okay. So that is also giving a little bit more freedom for our partners and more empowerment that we are not in competition with them. Yeah. We are trying to support them. Then every destination, we have a student services team as well. That once the student gets visa grant, and let's say somebody arrive in Australia, the student services team can assist them how to settle down, where to go. And then the platform is not only about providing just the course options at the universities. There is accommodation, there is health cover, multiple options are other available as well. So we are adding more and more facilities for the student. At the moment in Australia, a lot of people are looking at accommodation. A lot of people look at airport pickup as well. So these facilities are also available on the platform.
All right. So how do you also differentiate Upgrad Gsp from the other aggregators?
So a good question.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, that if I say that we are doing better than others, obviously that will be an understatement, because whoever will come, they will say that they had the best platform. But I think what we are different is that we believe in customer service, just absolutely non-negotiable. And why we are different, that we have a team, regional team in most of the countries where we have offices. So right now GSP has 22 offices and we are planning to expand more. So wherever we have the offices, we have a ground staff there, and most of the countries we have the regional admissions as well. So like in Colombo, we have a staff member who can assist our partners in terms of bank verifications, in terms of job verifications, and they understand the local language, they understand the local education system. So for them to read the documents and figure it out, it's a pretty easy process, rather than if we have to send them to India, then documents needs to be checked. There is for back and forth communication, or we send it to Philippines or other places. So I think one of the things which works well, that we believe in regional processing, and we believe in the good turnaround time.
I think that is very important, because when it comes to working with institutions in different countries, sometimes they might not be familiar with the qualifications, local qualifications. And it's very good to have somebody based in the particular country, because they know how things work there, what kind of certificates, what kind of qualifications would be expected. So when you say A-levels, or when you say advanced diploma, what kind of level it would stand at in that particular country. So these things are important, and we personally have come across challenges in communicating this. So your model, it works very well, I believe. In terms of my understanding, I think it works very well, and it really helps the representatives to get their work done easily, because you have your team who understands everything. So බුද්ධි මං කතා කරේ
මට ඉතාම හොඳ ඒ කාරණය ඔබ කතා කරපු එක. මොකද මේ දැන් අර ප්‍රාදේශීය මට්ටමටම ඇවිල්ලා ඒ කියන්නේ සිසුන් ළඟටම යනවා කියන්නේ සිසුන්ගේ තියෙන ඕන ප්‍රශ්නයකට පිළිතුරු ලබා ගන්න ඉතාම පහසුයි. මොකද අර සීතල කාමරයකට වෙලා කම්පියුටර් ඉස්සරහට වෙලා ඒ කරන වැඩේට අමතරව පොඩ්ඩක් අර පල්ලෙහා ලෙවල් එකට ඇවිල්ලා අපේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න මොනවද, සිසුන් අරන් යන සර්ටිෆිකේට් එක කොහොමද ගැලපෙන්නේ, සහ ඒ දේවල් කියලා දෙන්න.
සහ එතනදී උදේ දැන් අලි සඳහන් කරේ the මේගොල්ලන්ගේ regional හැම country එකකම 22 countries you have the team base. So yeah, 22 countries වල මේගොල්ලන්ගේ team එක ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් එතකොට දැන් අපි ලංකාව ගත්තොත් example එකට, ලංකාවේ ඉන්නේ team එක දන්නවා ලංකාවෙන් එන ළමයි මොන qualifications එක දෙන්නේ. සමහර වෙලාවට අපිට universities එක communicate කරනකොට qualification එකක් familiar නැහැ ඒ admissions එකට. හැබැයි එතකොට මේගොල්ලෝගේ ලංකාවේ ඉන්න කෙනා මේ qualification එක මොන level එකේද කියලා දන්නවා.
සමීපව වැඩ කරන්න ඔබට අවස්ථාව ලැබෙනවා මේ ලංකාව ගැන කතා කරද්දී.
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම. ඉතින් එතකොට ඒක අපිට ගොඩක් දේවල් පහසු කරන දෙයක්. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම.
ඇගෙන් ලැබෙන සහයගෙන් පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරමු.
GSP Upgrad Gsp team එක ලංකාවේ ඉන්න team එක ගැන කතා කරොත් මගේ personal experience එක ඇත්තටම one call away. They are very fast, and I, as a representative, I've had the best support. So that is something I should tell you.
No, that's great. And I pick a few words from Sinhalese as well.
Yes.
I think he was asking about the customer service and stuff. So what if I understood correctly? So I believe that I always believe, just not only in Sri Lanka, everywhere else, that when you miss a call, you miss an opportunity or you miss a lead.
Yes.
So one thing is very, very important. The whole idea for us that we are expanding our market in Sri Lanka. We have now, we are expanding. We have our regional country head. Then we have our regional manager. Then we have our support staff as well. And the idea is again the same. The person understand the local qualification and the local schooling system as well. So let's say if we get a document to verify, that person will figure it out, where to call, what is the best time to call, who to speak, the local language advantage as well. I think, and the other thing I would like to add is that we believe in transparency. Like one of our core values in GSP is transparency. So probably you were there, one of the event we have done yesterday, and we were very open. We invited the university partners as well. So our partners can go and communicate with them directly. We do not have that risk that what happens if they go and start working with them directly. This is kind of an empowerment we want to bring in the business, that the partners are able to communicate with the recruitment partners. They do their selling points, they understand. And it's also for the compliance side as well, that if our partners are understanding the school's requirement, the chances are they are going to get the complete application. And while in Colombo, I had a chance to visit Canadian trade as well. So I was able to speak with them as well, that how we can work closely with them as well to promote Canada as well. Because now the world has changed. There was a time Australia was dominated by the Australian market. Right now, there are people who would like to explore UK. There are people who would like to explore New Zealand. There are people who would like to explore Canada. if we are not going to educate our partners, they will be just basically connected with one destination. So part of our, our process is that we want to give them other destinations as well, whether they are not going to set huge number of there, but if they are connected and get themselves up to date, if one market goes up, they will not be on the road and didn't understand where to go. They will know that, all right, at the moment, if one market is going down, let's focus on other. Like New Zealand is a great market. Not many people know that New Zealand, 1 year master, 3 year post-study work, right?
Yes.
And Sri Lanka postgraduate students love to take their partners with them.
Family.
So UK has a restriction of a postgrad, and if someone is not able to make it to Australia, New Zealand is not that far. So I think this kind of stuff is very important for our partners to know that, it's not only one destination which they can look at.
Okay. So I do have an important question for you. Now, we do come across this question from students as an agent, as a representative. So do you work with the institutions directly or not? When we say, okay, yeah, we work through a tech platform, they are concerned about the turnaround time. And so in that scenario, what kind of extra work does your team put into this entire process to make sure that we have a faster turnaround time and very higher conversion rate?
Okay, so number one, I think our job is to make sure that when you submit an application to us, it's complete and as per the university standard. So we are putting an extra step. We could do that you submit whatever, we submit exactly the same. And then university come back and say this important document is missing or this is not meeting the requirement. So we have done an additional step by making sure that the application which you are submitting to us, our admission team is cross-checked it and make sure that yes, this application is good to go. Our goal is that when you submit an application to us, we lodge it in within 48 hours. If application is not complete, we reply you back within 48 hours. This is what the KPIs or key performance indicators we have set it up for our team. And when we lodge the application, obviously then university take this own time.
Yep.
Some universities have 7 days turnaround time. Some universities have 9 days turnaround time. Luckily, in Sri Lanka, there are many local representatives living here.
Yes.
So we can always reach out to them and say that, all right, get this prioritized and stuff. But I think the problem comes in terms of conversion that a lot of the partners, they know they are working with the platform. So instead of applying in one university, they apply the same student in 3 universities. Now you apply 3 universities doesn't mean the student will have 3 payments. Obviously, he will apply GT at one stage. And then if he get knocked back from there, then he will go there. So I think conversion is definitely needs to be looked at, not for the partners, for the institutions.
Yeah.
And this is why I urge everybody that just do not go and lodge 5 or 7 applications if you're not. It's a waste of time for the agent. It's a waste of time for us. And then it's a waste of time for the institution as well. Think about it. Look at which city you want to go, which course you want to do, and then apply it. But what we have also done that we still assist agents if they apply 1 or 2 applications. We don't mind that. But when it comes to GT, we only submit 1 GT. Otherwise, we do not proceed.
Yeah.
So this is something, it's a constant improvement. And we put a lot of efforts, resources in the background, and making sure even the technology side of the platform is keep updating as well, so that every day you see new functions.
Yeah. So that is always in the favor of the applicant. So බුද්ධි මං දාලේ කියපු කාරණා ගැන අපි ගත්තොත් මං පික් කරපු එක කාරණාවක් තියෙනවා දැන්. අපි මං කිව්වේ අපිට ගොඩක් එන ප්‍රශ්නයක් තමයි so ඒජන්ට් කෙනෙක් හැටියට ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඩිරෙක්ට්ලි යුනිවර්සිටි එකත් එක්ක වැඩ කරනවද ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් එකක් එක්කද යන්නේ කියන එක. එතකොට දැන් ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් එකක් කරහා යනවා කිව්වහම මේ අර ඩිලේ එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා හැමෝම හිතනවා. ඒක හරි වැරදි. මෙතනදී ඩිලේ එක කියලා කියන්නේ මේබි දවසක හෝ දෙකක ගැප් එකක් එන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් එකක් කරහා යනකොට බුද්ධි අපි ඒජන්ට් හැටියට අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එක චෙක් වෙනවා. එතකොට අපි GSP Upgrad Gsp ගත්තොත් GSP එක පැත්තෙන් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම තව පාරක් මේක චෙක් වෙනවා. එතකොට යම් දෙයක් මිස් වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් ඇප්ලිකන්ට් හෝ රෙප්‍රසන්ටේටිව් ඒජන්ට් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම GSP ටීම් එක මේ දේ හොයා ගන්නවා. unless application එක fully complete යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ්ස් මීට් වෙනවද කියන එක අනිවාර්යෙන්ම චෙක් කරලා තමයි ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එක සබ්මිට් වෙන්නේ. මොකද බුද්ධි ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එක ඉන්කම්ප්ලීට් වෙලා සබ්මිට් වෙලා යුනිවර්සිටි එකෙන් රිජෙක්ට් වුණොත් ඔයාලට ආයෙ ඇප්ලයි කරන්න බැරි වෙයි.
ඒද පැ 48ක් වගේ ගෙලි කාලයක්
ඔව්.
ඇතුළත ඒදේ සිද්ධ වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඉතින් ඒක
ඉතින්
දෙපැත්තට
අපි-
මේ කියන්නේ
ඔව්.
ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකත් පැය 48ක් ඇතුළත දන්න ඕන. තමන්ගේ
අර අපි ඇස් දෙකකින් බලනට වඩා ඇස් හතරකින් බලන එක තවත් හොඳයිනේ. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ මේ අපි එඩ්ටෙක් ප්ලට්ෆෝම්ස් ගත්තාම මේ අපේ ස්ටුඩන්ස්ලට තියෙන එක බෙනිෆිට් එකක්.
ෆිට් එක.
ගොඩක් බෙනිෆිටස් තියෙනවා ඒ අතරින් එක බෙනිෆිට් එකක් මේක.
ඒක තමයි අර නවසීලන්ත ගැන අපි කතා කරා මම
ඔව්.
හිතන්නේ ඒක ඉතාම වැදගත් කාරණයක්. මොකද හැමතැනම අර සමන්ගේ ෆවුල් අරගෙන යන්න බැරි තත්ත්වයක්.
ඔව් නිව්සීලන්ත ඇත්තටම ඔපචුනිටිස් ගොඩක් තියෙන කන්ට්‍රි එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි සෙටල්මන්ට් පැත්තෙන් බැලුවා වුණත් ස්ටඩීස් පැත්තෙන් කොලිටි ඔෆ් ලයිෆ් ඔය හැම පැත්තෙම බැලුවොත් නිව්සීලන්ත ගොඩක් ඉස්සරහින් ඉන්න කන්ට්‍රි එකක්. දැන් ඔස්ට්‍රේලියා පොඩ්ඩක් දොරවල්
ටිකක්.
වහගෙන ඉන්නවනේ. ඉතින් එතකොට ඊට එහා පැත්තෙම තියෙන කන්ට්‍රි එක තමයි අපිට නිව්සීලන්ත කියන්නේ. ඉතින්
මොකද ඒ සඳහා හොඳ අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා. හින්දා අන්න තමන්ට ලැබෙන අවස්ථාව උපරිම ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න. ඒතර තමන්ට පුළුවන් අර ෆවුල පිටින්ම එහෙ ගිහින්න පස්සේ
යන්න සහ අවුරුද්දක් ස්ටඩි ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ෆලෝ කරලා අවුරුදු 3ක වර්ක් වීසා එක ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. පවුලත් එක්ක.
සුවිශේෂී අවස්ථාවක්. ඒ අවස්ථාවල් මග අරගන්න එපා. ඒ ගැන හොඳ අවබෝධයෙන් ඉන්න. චතුරික අපි තව උනද කතා කරන්නේ.
ඔව් දැන් අලි ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ ඉඳලා එන නිසා මං හිතුවා අපේ ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න ටික අපි පොඩ්ඩක් අලියක ඩිස්කස් කරමු.
එහෙම ටිකක් බැරෑරුම් කතා කරන්න
Yes. Yes, so we do have like still people wonder what's Australia going to do in terms of the strategies they have announced related to the immigration policies. So since you come from Australia, I thought we would have a better
Absolutely.
insight from
I
you.
think number one that Australia has changed the constitution.
Mm.
So a lot of people think that, or in the past as well, the policies gets changed.
Yeah.
Visa requirements gets updated. That all right, now we need this, we need that. Living cost gets changed. This time they look at the overall constitution, and which includes one of the key thing there is the Migration Act as well, where they are looking at the overall migration intake in the country. They are looking at students. Visa is also one of the thing there as well. So department has come up with a new overall strategy, which includes student visa as well. So now let's talk about migration intake first as well. So the current government wants to control the number of people coming into the country. And obviously, they have their own reason in terms of the housing and in terms of public transport and all these kind of things. Education is one of that as well. So they really want to make sure that the students who would like to come and study in Australia, they are genuine students who come and complete their course. And then they are also looking at changing English requirements. They are also looking at changing the SOP, where they will be asking students if they would like to stay, they can talk about that. All these things, what has been mentioned, there is no date of implementation yet.
Yep.
So this could be implemented either next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. But when there is a news and there is a update published on the website, everybody thinks that this will be applicable from next day.
Yes.
So I think that's something to be looked at. We know there is going to be change in English requirement. We know there is going to be change in few other things as well. But from which date, whenever there is going to be an implementation date, department will do that. But I think because of the migration intake and a little bit more stress on the genuineness of students, you will see now that many students are taking a bit time to get their visa outcome.
Correct.
So this is something is being looked at, and there is a lot of discussion back in Australia in the news and everywhere. So we believe that in next few weeks you will see a far better and a clear strategy in terms of the visa applicants and the lodgements and the changes as they will be implemented very soon.
All right.
එද චතුර ඒකෙන් තාම මේවා මේ අර ස්ට්‍රැටජි සාවට තාම ඒවා නීති බවට පත් වෙලා හරියට
Implement කරලා නැහැ.
වෙලා නැහැ. ඒක තවදුරටත් අර තිබ්බ තත්ත්වයන් යටතේ තාමත් අපි
ඉතින් පුළුවන් තරම් ඉක්මනට apply කරන්න upcoming intake එකට කියන එක තමයි අපිට කියන්න වෙන්නේ.
එන්නේ.
ඔව්. So අපි එතනින් එහාට බැලුවොත් බුද්ධි දැන් අපි ඔස්ට්‍රේලියා වගේම දැන් Upgrad Gsp මේගොල්ලෝ represent කරන countries ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Ali, shall we talk about a bit about the destinations that you represent, the top universities, the hot selling products for you,
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
So we have in US about 300 institutions. In UK we have about 45 good universities.
Okay.
In Canada we have similar kind of a number as well. Australia we have a very good portfolio where we have pretty much all the key universities from Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Darwin. Most of them we have on our panel. And then Ireland is another destination where we have pretty much, again, 80 to 85% of the overall institution representation, which are very reputable with us. So again, like I say, there's another question I get a lot, that, all right, does institution matter for the visa outcome? A lot of people ask this question. And my always the same, that the universities and the institutions are always the same. It's the student profiling.
Yeah.
It's the student's gap, student financials, student's intent, what he wants to do. So kind of a way, a lot of people look at, when they apply from Sri Lanka as well, they look at Melbourne as their preferred destination.
Everyone have their family, yes.
Like everybody I have met, there is not a single person who told me in Colombo that they do not have a sister there, or they do not have a brother or auntie or someone. So it's a very, I would say, second home for Sri Lankans.
Yes.
So definitely Melbourne universities have a better advantage as compared to Perth or somewhere else, because the people like to go to Melbourne.
Correct.
But we do have Melbourne options, we do have Sydney options, we do have Perth options. So people look at generally that they are familiar to a city, then they look at affordability, then they look at the intakes and those kind of things. And all these things are important. But for them to secure a visa, to secure an admission, university will be looking at their academics, their English, their study gap, their experience, their financials. So it is purely depending on the student profile.
Yeah, absolutely.
මම ජතුරික අද දවසේ අපි මේක දැන් සෑහෙන දේවල් ගැන කතා කරන අවස්ථාව ලැබුණා. තව අපිට කතා කරන්න දේවල් තියෙනවා. නැත්නම් අපි අද දවසට වැඩසටහන මෙතනින් හමාර කරලා අපිට තවත් දවසක සම්බන්ධ වීමේ හැකියාවක් උනත් තියෙනවා. කොහොමද චතුරික තව මොනවා හරි අහන්න තියෙනවද?
අපි මං හිතන්නේ අපිට ගොඩක් දේවල් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ මොකද වෙන්නේ කියන එක කන්ෆර්ම් වුණාට පස්සේ.
පස්සේ ඒ කියන්නේ තව දවසක අපිට බලාපොරොත්තුවක් තියෙනවා ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාව ගැන වෙනම විශේෂයෙන් කතා කරන්න හැකියාවක් තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අද දවසේදී මේ Upgrad Global Study Partners ආයතනයේ Chief Growth Officer Ali Butt අද දවසේදී අපිත් සමග මේ වැඩසටහනට සම්බන්ධ වුණා. බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි. Thank you very much to commission. ඉතින් අපිට තවත් දවසක තවදුරටත් කතා බහ කරන්න හැකියාවක් ලැබෙනවා. මම හිතනවා අද දවසේ වැඩසටහන සමාප්ත කරන්නයි සූදානම් වෙන්නේ. ඒතකොට අපි තවත් දවසක මේ වගේම හරවත් වැඩසටහනකින් හම්බ වෙනකන් ගිහින් එන්න.